Woo! It's that time of the week again, y'all. Power Book Force. This is Power Book 4, Force, Season 2, Episode 5. The episode is called Crown Vic. Now, I will tell you, Crown Vic didn't mean what I thought it was going to mean. I thought it was going to mean Victor is crowned the king of the Irish Mafia. Because remember, last episode, him and Claudia was planning how they going to kill their father, right? Let's get into the episode. Tommy going off, he shook up about what D-Mac just did. Tells D-Mac he cannot leave that house. He got to stay in there because of what happened. You didn't kill the cop. You didn't effed it up. So he getting a text from Diamond. Diamond is saying that, yo, you got to handle your nephew. Like, I already took care of it, meaning he got rid of Shaman's body. But D-Mac got to be on the low. Tommy said, don't leave the house. Tommy go out, do some stuff, handling some business. What did D-Mac do? Go outside the house. Who saw him? I forgot who saw him, who snatched him up, who pulled him up or whatever. But he got caught outside. Tommy, I know how. Tommy caught him. Tommy was over there at the shop with Diamond, talking to Diamond, and he telling Diamond he got a handle and all that. And D-Mac is outside the barbershop. So Tommy hemmed him up, took him back home, fussing him out, telling him like, you fucked up, and you gonna get all of us jacked up and caught up. Stay your ass in this house, lay low until I say so. JP comes in on the tail end of it. You don't talk to my son like that. That's my son. And all this and that. And Tommy like, I'm trying to do what I can do to protect all of us. So he your son, but he my nephew, and he done fucked up in a major way. And unless you know about it, the better it is. So he ain't even telling JP what the issue is with D-Man. Kate comes in. Tommy goes about his business. JP goes about his business too. Kate asks D-Man, but what's going on? Is it about a girl or something? Who you texting or whatever, because he on his phone. He said, Grandma, it's a girl I like or whatever. And she gave him some money. He was like, Uncle Tommy got me hemmed up in his house. She give him some money. Tell him go down to one of them stores and get her some cigarettes. And take all the time he need to go get her the cigarettes. Basically giving him a pass to go out the door, even though his damn uncle told him he need to lay the fuck low, which he does need to lay low. This boy gone. He gone all freaking day. Because it's daytime when he leaves. This boy get caught at night. Tommy come home, realize D-Mac ain't in that house. JP is there. Kate is going to one of her meetings. He like, where's D-Mac? And so JP like, hey. And he's like, Tommy is upset. He said, listen, I told him he can't go nowhere. So now Tommy breaks down and tell JP what the hell D-Mac did. And he like, we gotta do to protect him and protect all of us too. So it's hard, but it gotta be done. And JP is okay with it. And in the meantime, as Tommy's saying this, Tommy texting Smurf and telling him he need him to take care of something for him. I'm like, oh my God. What does he do? When D-Mac rounds the corner, it's dark outside at this time, I believe. D-Mac, yeah, it's dark. D-Mac rounds the corner and he sees Genesis in the park. Steps off the curb on his way to go to the park to see Genesis. Now, where he been at all day, I have no idea. Because he should have been at the park to see her or caught up with her. But a van pulls up. Smurf get out. Speaks to D-Mac. D-Mac think things is good. And another guy come out, put something over his head, and they push D-Mac in the van and then drive off. They in the house. Kate comes home. No, Tommy is out doing whatever. Comes home. And he gets a text from Smurf like it's taken care of. He like, good. He go in the house, Kate sitting at the table. She looking worried like, I've been texting that boy all day and he ain't responding. And Tommy looking like, what? She was like, I don't know where D-Mac is. And it's not like him. I need him to respond, Tommy. Tommy like, it's best like you're not going to talk to him for a while. And that's what's best. And she gets upset. She started yelling. JP comes in and says he did what was best for all of us. And she said something like, I can't believe I raised two fucking animals. They both stood back, looked at her. JP said, first of all, you didn't raise us. Neither he said us. Like you ain't do the raising for me or him. But we ain't no animals. And we gotta do what we gotta do to keep him safe. Or to take care of him. Like it was necessary. He ain't say keep him safe. Because we still under the impression that Tommy did the unthinkable. But I'm like, no, he didn't do that to D-Mac. He did something else. I just had a feeling that he didn't do what Kate thinks he did. So she like, I can't believe this. And she gets upset. She runs upstairs. Looks at his picture. Opens her drawer. And there's some powder. And she puts the powder on a little mirror and do what she do. I said, damn, Kate, how many weeks or days did you have clean thus far? And you went back that fast. So this was driving Kate back to the drugs. The fact that D-Mac is gone. And she's under the impression that D-Mac is dead. Jannard. He over there pulled up on his crew. The ones who decided to stay. And they are like, yo, we sold all that stuff. We don't have no product to sell. And he telling them who to go get some product from that they can sell. And the guy's like, nigga, nobody's giving us no product. Your name is shit in these streets. Like, people know that you out here on rock bottom. Like, you ass out here. Nobody want to deal with you because you owe people money and all that kind of stuff. Like, you just... It's over for you in these streets. So he like, I'ma handle it. Next thing you know, we see him walking through an area, look like some projects. He pull up on this stud in the car. And she looks exactly like, what is that little boy name? D. It's a little boy. He a dancer / actor. He danced, and I know it because I love dance. But I remember seeing him in a bunch of people's videos. I think his name D. He used to have locks, real long locks, little brown, light brown skin, like a caramel coloring little boy. And he was, I remember seeing him dance. He danced in Chris Brown Party video. He danced in Usher's No Limit video. He had locks. He also was in a movie that was filmed here called Charm City Kings. And it was a movie based on the documentary about what was that little boy named Pug or whatever, the little boy that like the ride dirt bikes. Is called 12 O'Clock Boys because that's a dirt bike crew here in Baltimore called 12 O'Clock Boys, and they made the movie Charm City Kings based on that. But this boy that looks like the stud was in that movie. He was like a co-star in that movie, but I don't even think that boy got dreads no more. I think he cut his locks off. But and he's grown now. He's not a kid anymore. But anyway, boom, I'm back. I rambled off. But anyway, the stud's name is Manny. Jannard, like, open the glove compartment or whatever. Open the compartment and give me what you got. And she like, no, yo, like, this is from so-and-so. Like, I'm not giving it to you. And he bangs her in the face with the gun, like, right here on the cheek. She opens the console up where, like, a CD player. Look how old school I am, because most cars don't even have a CD player anymore. She opens up the area where the CD player and the knobs for the radio and all that stuff would be. There's drugs back there. He took her drugs, and then he looked at her, and he took her chain. He was like, give me that chain, too. And she was like, no, like, Mom, you know where I got this chain from. This chain is from my father, or whatever. He took her chain. He goes back to his crew. He like, here. And they like, where'd you get this from? So he talking about, I got it from Miguel. And they was like, Miguel gave you some more. And he like, yeah, he gave me some more stuff. And then one of them looked and was like, ain't that Manny's chain? I said, and he said, no, it's my chain. And walks off. We see this fool come up to the hospice facility to see Big C. Big C is Cedric, which is him and Diamond's father. When he comes in, he see Diamond sitting in the room. So he backs up and he don't go in there. Next thing you know, we see this fool go banging on some little young guy door for some drugs. And the guy's like, I don't have no more. Janelle like, come on. He like, I don't have no more. I really don't. I gave the last what I had to the white guy. I served him. That was it. You gotta wait for the re-up. So Janelle go to the white guy like, listen, let me buy one of them off of you. And the white guy's like, what you want to trade for it or whatever. So Janelle trades the necklace. That's what it looked like to me. Yeah, he traded the necklace that he robbed the old girl of. And so they gets in his car. And Janelle, the man gives Janelle the dope. Janelle gives him the chain. The man puts the chain on. As he's doing that, Janelle takes the dope out and puts it on the dashboard and start cutting it with like a credit card and sniffing. And the guy's like, yo, my man, you doing it all wrong. You wasting it. You gave me this for that and you wasting it like that. I could have did better with that. That ain't the real high. He over there got the soda can, he cooking up so he can shoot up. He telling Janelle this is the way to get high. So Janelle was like, no man, I don't F with needles. I don't mess with no needles. Next thing you know, that man said, I got you. I'm gonna look out for you, homie. And he said something Crown Vic. And that's the type of car that they were sitting in, was a Crown Vic. And the man was saying the back of it's so big, it's like you could do so many things in the back seat of that Crown Vic because it's so big or whatever, which they are big cars. That man fixed that shot up and pulls Janard's sleeve up and said, ooh, you got good veins too. Like you got a whole masterpiece right here. I'm like, OMG. Yo, when he shot them drugs up in Janard did the same nod he did the other week when he bought the drugs off of Heroin Highway or Heroin Expressway, whatever they called it. When he was just like this. That's how he was. Spaced out, lips dried out, cracked out. I'm like, OMG. We see, I notice I say that a lot in these videos. We see. In the episode, after Diamond had talked to Tommy over the phone about Darnell, Diamond is back in the diner that he always frequents, right? He's sitting there talking. The older guy come over there to him and was like, you know Big C is in hospice. He ain't got that much longer, man. You gonna go check on him? Diamond looking like, whatever. He don't respond. And he really ain't had much to say about it. And he said something to the guy about somebody else. And next thing you know, pop, pop, pop. The boys who deflected from treason come in shooting. Shooting at Diamond, trying to take Diamond out and all that. And as they shoot, and they talk about, what did they call them? D-Lo, D-Lo, something, gang, something, we taking over these streets, or something they said, and backed up out the door. Diamond pulled this gun out and was going to shoot, but the boys was gone, so he put the gun back on the counter of the diner. But a Hispanic lady that was in there, she didn't got fucking shot. So Diamond like, call an ambulance, call for help. Next thing you know, we see the hospital, and we see Rhea. Rhea, she's smiling and googly-eyed because she texting back and forth with Tommy. Another co-worker sees her texting and sees the smile on her face and like, who gave you that glow? I know it ain't whatever that guy name is. She said, because he in surgery right now. So she don't give the person nothing. Next thing you know, you hear over the intercom multiple gunshot wound victim coming in or whatever. And it's the Hispanic lady, they rushed her in. So we see the aftermath, and we see Raya and the guy in the back washing their hands. And she feeling bad for the lady. And he just not passing it. What's the word I want to say? He brushing it off. Talking about, well, that's what happens to people like them in those kind of places and stuff like that. She was like, that was a whole woman who's probably got kids here or somewhere in Mexico over the border or whatever, and she trying to make a better life. Like, that's a whole person. What do you, like, she was pissed about how he was dismissing it and brushing it off. And of course, because it felt close to home, because I believe they Mexican too, right? Aren't her Miguel Mexican? So she pissed off at him. So we see her getting off of work. Miguel is there to pick her up. But Miguel sees the commotion. She telling the guy she don't want to be bothered with him no more, whatever. It's over. He grabbing her by the wrist and all that kind of stuff. And Miguel sitting there watching. She finally gets to the car. Miguel was like, everything all right? She said, yeah, it's good. I'm okay. He said, you need me to go talk to him? She said, no, it's taken care of. It's all good. They go on about their business. Next thing you know, we see the guy in his house. Nice house, looked like. And Miguel marches up in there with his second in command. And the second in command grabs the guy from behind around the neck. And the guy's like, oh my God, what's going on? If you need money, I got it. Like, I got money in the safe. Don't hurt me. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. So they put him over by his counter, by the island in his kitchen. And he got these, like, awards that look like, you know what they look like? They look like the stones from the Fifth Element that was inside the, well, they found the different stones in different places. And the last stone was in the opera. Remember the opera alien? She was like, ooh, 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 from the Fifth Element. The statues that he had, or the awards that he had, they was in the shape of those stones from that movie. Anyway, the guy's like, he looks and he saw Miguel's wrist and saw his watch. He was like, you like nice watches? I got this one. This is a Rolex right here. So Miguel said, let me see it. Put your hand face down on the island. Let me see. Palm down on the island. Miguel went and took that award, bashed him right. He said, you a surgeon, right? After he already did it. Broke his hand, broke his palm. Right. He said, now put the other one down, and the man hollering and screaming. And he did the other one. He said, yeah, this is just in case I had the wrong one. And he said, nice watch, take care of it. And he leaves out. He ain't want nothing from him. And I'm like, the guy don't even know why that happened to him. But I knew Miguel was going to avenge whatever was going on with his sister. He ain't know all the details. And I think that's why he didn't go but so far. So he didn't broke the surgeon's hands. These daggone Flynns. We are starting the episode and ending the episode the same way. The episode started with Victor in the interrogation room about that murder that girl was, remember when the girl was with the DJ getting high and all that, and Vic killed the DJ guy or whatever, and Tommy saved the girl? That was on last week's episode telling stuff. She didn't tell on Tommy, she told on Vic. Well, they pulled Vic up about it. They got him in the interrogation room. They questioning him and everything. Stacy's husband is his name. What is his name? Because I'll never remember it. But he there questioning the guy. And then she pulls him out and pulls her guy out and is like, listen, we're going to cut him loose. And he said, why would you do that? Your quest to be in the mayor's office that bad that you sitting there and letting somebody we know is a killer go? She said, but no, I'm doing what I can do because I'm going to give him the rope to hang himself. And he can possibly bring me Egan. Like, she really got in her head that she want Egan in the cartels because she feel like Tommy going to lead her to the cartels. Tommy ain't got no connect with no fucking cartels, but let her keep believing he did. So her husband looked at her like, well, whatever, okay. And so they cut him loose, and Vic can tell they on the other side of the mirror, so he gave him the head nod, and he goes about his business. Claudia is in her apartment, in her penthouse, with Brendan. So they having a conversation. So she like, where was you at? What took you so long? So Vic was like, I'm good. I'm here now or whatever. So they discussed the plans to take their father out. Brendan is like, they got this guy from Dublin. I forgot what the guy said his name was, but he had red hair or whatever on his face. Looked like one of the same ones that was on season 1 that came in when they said they got the 4 horsemen from Ireland to come in and handle Tommy and them, and the 4 horsemen, they end up getting killed. But they got it all planned out. Vic gonna go over there and have dinner with the father. The guys gonna come in about 9, so Vic gonna make sure he get out of there in time so they can kill his father. And he said, and we ain't gotta worry about Uncle Paulie because Daddy fired Uncle Paulie. So she like, cool beans. All right, good. So it's all set up for them to kill their fucking father. Vic leaves her apartment or her penthouse. Brendan all up on her like, come on, let's celebrate. Let's celebrate you about to, what's about to happen. And so she rides him on the couch, and I couldn't tell, I gotta watch it again, but she made sure to do it right in front of the window. Of course, there's no curtains up, so you overlooking the city. So is Paulie out there watching her? Because at some point she said something about Paulie seeing her or something to that effect. So she rides Brendan in front of the mirror, and he just can't take it or whatever. He got that dumb look that men get when you handling your business on top of them. Like, he got that stuck look, like that. That's how Brendan look. But anyway, so it's all set up. Then later on, we see that Brendan got a call that the guys had to come in a half hour early for whatever reason. So Claudia's like, okay, I'll tell Vic. I'll let Victor know. He said, all right, let him know. So Vic go over there, and the table is set so they can eat, and the table set for them to eat, and that's when Walter lets him know that Paulie did, and Vic like, what the fuck? So he go in the bathroom. He said, let him go in the bathroom and go call Gloria. He tried to get in. She like, what's going on? And he like, Uncle Paulie is here. Him and Dad made up. And she said, get him out of there. Because they don't want nothing to happen to Paulie. They don't care about nothing happening to Paulie because, number one, Paulie Polish, so he can never be in charge or whatever. And he married into the Flynn. Well, he ain't even a Flynn. He family, but he not a Flynn. And also, Brendan told Claudia to tell Vic that the people was coming early, but she ain't telling Vic because Brendan told her. Yeah, so once this is all taken care of, Vic gonna be the one in charge after this. And she was like, wait, hold up. Because you know her whole reason for doing this because she want to be in fucking charge. And he was like, Claudia, you already know you can never be in charge. You're a woman. And they think old way. They don't think they not progressive. So it's never going to be you. You're never going to wear the crown. And that's why I thought the episode was called Crown Vic. Because they're going to kill Walter and Vic going to wear the crown. Right? So this is the reason that she never tells Victor, as the father would say, that the people coming early. So they sitting at the table and they hear a noise. They immediately get up. It's this real nice picture on the wall. He lifts the picture up and there's cameras and he see the guys in all black on his property. So he goes into this closet and he gets some guns out. And him, Victor, and I think it was like one security person was there. They all get some. So Walter heads out of the arsenal closet, and him and Paulie are just in there. And he said, "Wait, Uncle Paulie, you really gonna go out there and put your life on the line? Dad just fired you and embarrassed you and talked to you nasty, like, and betrayed you. Why would you go out there?" He was like, "Cause we family. I'm going out there ahead of y'all to protect my family." He said, "But you could die." He said, "I would die for my family." I said, "Uncle Paulie is so fucking loyal. This season ain't going the way I thought it was going to go. I thought Uncle Paulie was going to be able to see his son get hooked on these bad drugs that Walter and that other guy was going to put on the street. But the reality is those drugs never went out on the street because Victor called the cops and said that the guy was out there with the suitcase full of drugs and money, remember? And the guy got arrested or whatever. So those drugs never went out on the street. So anyway, we see some security detail and Paulie come out the house on the side, walk through the carport area. In between the carport and the garage, it looks like, or the pool house. It come around. The guy goes out in the front. He gets shot up. Uncle Paulie comes out, pop, 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 kills that guy that killed the security detail. Somebody shoot Uncle Paulie a couple times. And I think Uncle Paulie knocked down about 3 of them. He's standing over the pool looking like, damn, or whatever. Next thing you know, the guy who is the specialist that had the red hair, he comes out. Pow! Right in the chest. Kills Uncle Paulie. Shoots Uncle Paulie. Uncle Paulie goes face first into the fucking pool. I'm like, fuck. Then we see Vic. Vic comes out. Vic shoots, Walter comes out. Walter pissed. He see Paulie in that fucking pool. He upset. And that boy with the red hair, he hiding behind one of the brick walls around on the other side of the pool. Victor shoots at him a couple times, the guy. And the guy comes out. He pop, pop, pop. He shoots. And I think he got Walter like in the arm or something like that. He gave him an arm wound or something. But his gun jams or clicks, he ran out of bullets. And Walter kills him. So the whole crew that was sent to kill Walter, they all dead. And he turns to his son. He said, "You know what, Victor? This is all Claudia. This is Claudia set this up." Because when they was in the house getting the guns, Paulie was like, "Why would they send somebody this soon? They coming now?" And Walter knew better. Walter said, "This your sister. Your sister did this." And Victor shoots him. And then when he said, "Oh, you and your sister did this," or whatever, and he was like, "Boy, you something, you don't have the balls. I respect Claudia. I should have kept working with her because at least she got the heart and she got the balls to do something. You basically told Victor he ain't shit, ain't never gonna be shit, and all that." And Victor, he upset about it. He's still mad about Gloria. He still hurt about that for the most part. He kills Walter. I said, damn, Walter Flynn is gone. And Paulie. Victor kills Walter. We see Claudia sitting in her penthouse. She's sitting there with Brendan. She like, shit, I ain't heard from him. He not answering. The elevator opens and walk Vic. She like, what happened? Did they do it? He said, yeah. He said, but they was early though. Brendan was like, when first she tried to play it off and look at Brendan like early. He said, yeah, they came before 9 o'clock. Brendan said, I told her to tell you that they had moved it up 30 minutes before. And she hurry up and shoot Brendan in the fucking head and kills him. And like, he's lying. I didn't tell him anything. I mean, he didn't tell me anything. I didn't know they moved it up a half hour. So Vic hugs her. She said, so Da is dead. He said, yeah. And they hugging. But you can see the look in his face that he believed Brendan. He know Brendan was telling the truth. She set it up. She was trying to kill him. She was trying to make sure he died in the whole thing too. That's all it was, because she wanted to be in charge. But the whole thing is like, Claudia, you never going to fucking be in charge, girl. Especially when it come to Dublin. Now, you and Victor can try to do something and work out something with Merkovich, but y'all never going to be in charge when it comes to the Irish Mafia in Chicago, because they never going to put a lady in charge. So, Victor hugs her. And when I say the episode ended the same way, let me tell y'all this. So Tommy we see the van with D-Mac pull up. We see horse stables, horses and everything. I'm like, what zoo, farm place they done brought this child to? They open the side door of that van. He laid there, hands tied behind his back. They pull him out, take the tires off. And he stands up. He like, where the fuck am I? What is this? Y'all brought me to. And then that's when the phone rings. It's Tommy. They say, we here. They immediately give the phone to D-Man. Tommy said, this is for your own good. Since you can't listen and lay low like I tell you to, you going to be here until I feel like it's safe for you to come back. And he like, but Uncle Tommy. And Tommy says, listen, D-Man, I just got to say. And then he just hangs up the phone. He don't even say it. And next thing you know, we see the guys like, listen, this can go as good as you need it to go. It's all up to you. And as they start walking, we see the sign that says it was a school. Like a prep school or something to that effect. They just sent them to some school far out or whatever. So he can lay low and be out of the way. Victor goes, we see, wait a minute, where did I at? No, I knew I skipped something. When it came to Diamond's story. After that daggone Donnie gets shot up, Diamond goes to the barbershop. He in the shop. The old head that be in there working with him was like, yo, you heard about Big C being in the hospice? You gonna go see him? And Diamond like, what y'all keep talking about him to me for? And he said, and make sure you tell Jannard. So Diamond tried to call Jannard. Jannard ain't answering the phone. Diamond then calls the gym, the boxing gym. Shanty answers. And he must give the message to Shanty. Because we never see her side of the conversation. We just see Jannard come up into the barbershop. We see Jannard come into the boxing gym. And then next thing you know, we seen him walking down the hallway. And he saw Diamond in the room. And then that's when he backed up and didn't go in. He left. And he went and got high. So anyway, Diamond makes it down. Diamond feels away. But he actually does go and visit. And the father is like Cecil. Or was it Cedric? It was Cedric. His name was Cedric. Was it? Yeah, I think his name was Cedric. Whatever it was a C name. So Diamond here goes to see him. Oh my God, he put Diamond down so bad. Talked all this mess to him. Basically saying all the mean, evil stuff to him that he could say to push him away. And it was reminiscent of what Diamond had told Leon in that episode when he gave him his first lesson in boxing about how mean his father was. He basically was proving Diamond right. Also, I have to say, Diamond had a conversation with Tommy about that gang that shot at him at the diner or whatever. Those guys, they used to be part of Treason. They left Treason and they went and got with the other gang. He told Tommy that we used to be one whole gang together and then we broke up. But then me and the leader of that gang, we got cool and joint. And we talked about building a coalition and bringing us back together or whatever. So Tommy like, well, we need to dead that stuff, that the turf war and all that kind of stuff. Like, we need to make one big group or whatever because, like, times is hard and rough like leather. I'm a mess. So Diamond like, all right. So Diamond get Briggs to give that guy, his name Kilo. She like, you got some mail, and there was a phone in there. So he picked the phone up, he dials it, and then goes to Diamond. So Diamond tell him, like, remember that stuff we talked about doing? I think we need to do it. And he was like, okay, I'm down to do it, but I want 50% of the business that's inside here. And Tommy hang up on him like, no, we're not giving him 50%. But then after all the stuff happened with D-Mac and everything, Tommy was like, after the stuff happened with D-Mac, and then while Diamond was up there sitting with his father, because he sat up there with him the whole time, even though the father was nasty and mean to him and saying all that rude shit, Diamond stayed up there with him the whole time. And Tommy came up there and was like, you need anything from me or whatever. And so Diamond was like, no, I'm good. The stuff good with D-Mac? And he like, yeah, I took care of it. It's handled. And so he was like, and the thing with Kilo, Tommy was like, yeah, go ahead. We're going to just have to do what we got to do to get this product going and get this money. So Diamond is still sitting there with him. The father don't call him Diamond. He calls him David Sampson. And he tell him, you mad that I left your mother? Y'all ain't need me around. Y'all didn't need me to see me the way I was. I was out there in them streets and all that. And having me around, do you really think that would have been better? The way I was? Do you think that would have been better than me just not being there at all? And he said, I did you the way that I did you. I didn't like you. And it's because I always knew you were strong and you can handle yourself, basically. And you didn't have to take what I was giving you. You know what I mean? Like, you stood up for yourself. You were strong in that way. And because he had already talked trash about him, like, because you ain't shit but a low-level street dog, a dope dealer, a street thug, or whatever. That's what he was telling Diamond. And he told Diamond, I did all that I did to you because I knew you were strong and you can handle it. But your brother, he's soft. He not built for this. He not built for the streets. I wanted him to do better and all that kind of stuff, and he still did what he doing. And it's your fault that your brother is who he is, the way he is these days, as far as being out there selling the drugs, being in that life. He always felt like Janard could do better. And in season 1, we heard Janard could have did better because Janard was into sports. Even though Diamond was into boxing on the side, outside of hustling to help his mother take care of them. But the father told him, I need you to look out for your brother. He is not like you. He's not tough at all. Look out for your brother. So Diamond heard what he said. Next thing you know, Janard come bopping up in there, and there's nothing on the bed where the father once was, but the little plastic bag of his paperwork and whatever items he had when he came up in there. Janard sits on the bed like, where daddy? Diamond said, he gone. He gone, Jay. And Janard won't cry. I wonder if Diamond noticed, though, how ashy Janard lips and stuff was. Like, the makeup they doing a good job. And the guy who plays Janard, his name Chris Lofton, he doing his best acting because he really selling this somebody that's becoming a damn junkie. So Diamond tells Janard he want to welcome him back into CBI. He said, what daddy say? What'd he say? And he told him, he was like, he kept asking for you. He looking for you. He said you was always his favorite. He's sorry that he, left us and all that kind of stuff. That father ain't really say none of that. He didn't say the words, I'm sorry. He told Diamond how he felt about him and about the fact that he didn't like him and that he knew he was strong and he couldn't break him. That's why he had an issue with Diamond. And he said that Janelle was soft. But Diamond said it the nice way. He loved you. You was his favorite. I'm getting nasally too, so because it's time for me to go to bed, go sleep. But Janelle cried or whatever, and like I said, Diamond asked him did he want to come back to CBI. But Diamond and Tommy are both moving in ways where they're doing what they can do to take care of and protect their family, their immediate family, but they leaving each other out of the loop on a lot of stuff. And that's going to pose a problem and a rift between the two of them because you can't keep making these moves and all that kind of stuff if y'all supposed to be working together and you got all this other stuff because Janelle apologized about trying to get Diamond killed and all that kind of stuff. And Tommy gonna have an issue with Diamond deciding on his own to bring Janelle back in because it's like now we already splitting what we got going on in the prison system. We giving Rojas something so he won't snitch or whatever and keep making trouble for us. And then we gotta give Kilo half 50% of what we make in the prison system so he can call his gang off and they can form a coalition out on the streets. Like that's a lot. So anyway, back to the ending of the episode. Vic goes back to the police station or the FBI building. The Asian agent tells Stacy she got a visitor. And Vic walks in. And she looking like, what? So he sits down. And as he sits down and get ready to talk to her, that's when it comes up in the news that Walter Flynn was brutally in a shootout and died in a shootout at his mansion. So Vic looks at her and says, listen, I can help you. I promised my Gloria that I was going to get out, and this is my way out of the business. And I made a promise to her, and I intend on keeping it, so I want to be out of it. She said, fine. He said, so I'm going to give you everything. That murder of my father and my uncle. Because I don't think it said Walter Flynn. It didn't say Paulie on it. So it said Walter Flynn and other casualties or whatever. So he said, my sister set the whole thing up. She had my father murdered because she wants to take over. And I can give you I can play her because she tried to have me murdered as well and I survived. I'm like, your father would have survived too had you not killed him. Because he was telling you the truth. He hurt your feelings. You was already mad that he killed Gloria. And then he took over Gloria bar and made it a titty club, a titty bar. And then he talked shit to you and talked down to you once again, calling you ain't shit and all that kind of stuff like that, putting you down. So you took him out. But Walter would have survived that attack had you not killed him. But anyway, he says, I'm going to give you everything on her. Just give me immunity and I can give you everything. She said, you can start with giving me everything on your sister. But the real person I want is Tommy Egan. And y'all got a relationship. I've seen y'all. Y'all got a relationship. If you can go in and bring me him, then you can get immunity. We can talk about your immunity. And he was like, I can help you bring down Tommy Egan. I said, oh my God. And that's basically how the episode ended. Victor, to get out of the life, is going to become a fucking CI for the federal government. He about to be the new Dante Spears. Except for, as far as we know, he don't have no kid laying around somewhere. But that was well played. I knew he knew that Claudia tried to have him killed too. Especially as soon as he got to her place and Brendan said, "We moved it up a half hour. I thought Claudia told you." She said she was. No, you didn't tell me anything. You didn't say that. And then she shoots him real quick. She did it too fast. That's how Vic knew that she was fucking lying. So now Vic then turned on everybody. Where is Power Book Full Force going to go from here? Where's the storyline going to go? Is Victor going to survive being a CI? Is the whole Flynn family, their whole storyline going to be written off? Because Claudia going to end up in jail. And with Victor out, like Vic, I don't know if he gonna keep playing the part. I don't know if he should be even trust her to play the part. Like he want to go into business with her and Merkovich, because she gonna keep trying till she succeed in killing him. Because she think that with him dead, she get the way the crown, and it's still never gonna be that. It's never gonna be that, especially with the families in Dublin. She gonna have to make her mark here and crown herself here. She's never gonna be able to wear the crown for Dublin. It's just how they are, misogynistic. And with that, that was Crown Vic. I hope y'all enjoyed this long review. I see y'all next week. Peace.